Hello guys, it's a vlog which pretty much no one watches, but I really enjoy making and looking back on, so that's what's important. So this trip is to Lyme Regis. I found myself a spare weekend, so I'm going to go to Lyme Regis for a few days and fossil hunt, look through some of the museums and generally dino geek out. I've just had some chicken, which is a dinosaur, and it was delicious. Yeah, now I'm about to set off. Cool story, bro. On arrival, I really liked the look of Lyme Regis. It was nice and quiet. There was some adorable little road names, a stream that went right through the middle of the town, and all these winding little streets leading down to the seafront. So I started at the Mary Anning Museum, which was built where Mary Anning's house used to be, which was this really sweet little building. Had some interesting history of the town and some fantastic fossils and recreations of the extinct creatures. From there I went on to Dinosaur World, which is another museum. It's a really fun, quirky little one. It's full of thousands of fossils, a lot of them local ones, including the coprolite of unknown origin, which roughly translated just means mystery poo, basically, which is fantastic. Had some really quirky little signs and stuff. Had this gorgeous crinoid attached to wood in pyrite, which was fantastic, and had these really endearingly derpy dinosaur models, which I always love. So yeah, that was a really fun little museum. Would recommend. Right, okay, so I've inadvertently done both dinosaur museums, or fossil museums, I guess, best way to call them, in like the few hours since I've been here. So basically I've got 2 days of fossil digging if I want, or if I get bored then I can, or if I dig up all the fossils, I can just find something else local. There's lots of stuff nearby, so yeah, maybe a erroneous extra thing. But yeah, the room is fantastic. I've got a lovely big bed here with weird swan accessories on it, but I like it, nice. It's a really quirky little sort of building, lots of strange angles and stuff. And the view is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. So yeah, I think get settled into the room, just go find something to eat, and I've got a lot of tips already from various museum stuff about fossil hunting. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll see if we can dig anything up. Just discovered this as well. Look at this. Flip-flops, like slippers. You get slippers and a gown for this place. I'm not sure how much use I'll make of that. It's not a huge area to walk around, but incredible. So I woke up the next morning to that lovely view again, feeling all refreshed. Well, I've had a lovely night's sleep, and I can recommend this hotel because I haven't even opened it yet, but look at the size of this hamper that was left outside, breakfast included. Incredible. Okay, right, I'm fully prepared. I've got my boots, I've got some trousers, work trousers, which obviously doesn't matter if they get muddy, boots to not slip. I've got a bag full of small hammer, some water, some Tupperware in case I'm lucky, and a few other things just to make the trip good. That sounded like I was talking about marijuana. I wasn't. Right, okay, my hopes for this trip. I'll be disappointed if I find nothing at all. As long as I find a something, presumably an outline, that's kind of the most common thing, that would be amazing. I'll be over the moon. As long as I find something. I've got to, because I did the museum so quickly, I've got today, and now I technically also have all of tomorrow as well. Whether or not it's exciting enough to keep up for 2 days, I don't know. But if I find nothing today, then I might just have to go back tomorrow. It might be out of my hands. So yeah, as long as I find at least one thing, I'll be very happy. So here's the actual seafront of Lyme Regis. That's the little Mary Anning Museum, the cute little tower I was in yesterday. And over here, great choice of location to film it. Anyway, over there is some, that's where the cliffs are going, that's where we're going to look for fossils. There we go, that's a better view. I did look up the tide times, and it said that it was going to be going down, and I hope so, because it's very high right now. Maybe I'll be waiting a little while before I actually go on the beach. There we got a really nice statue of Mary Anning, ammonite and rock hammer in hand. Very important paleontologist. Yeah, so the tide couldn't be higher, but fear not. So there's a couple of fossil shops back in town The tide is going out, I'm told, so I'll go check out those fossil shops and then pop back in a bit. But yeah, not much point trying to look for fossils in the sea. Look at the sedimentary layers though, incredible. Heading back into town, I caught the end of the Remembrance Day parade and had a good nose around the numerous fossil shops. Well, the ones that are open at least. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for another fossil shop to open and then kick my heels for a bit, I think. At least the weather's gorgeous. Absolutely wonderful weather. Eventually the tide did retreat indeed, and I made my way down onto the beach. Cool. So that's our first bit of ammonite in a rock. There. And a little bit there. So on the right path. Found some, oh, you can see that there, iron pyrites. Fool's gold. Okay, we have a discovery. Looks like it's been in the bath a bit too long, but it is unmistakably part of an ammonite. And that was just sat there on the ground, so maybe chiseling into rocks is too exciting and need to take it back to basics. So yeah, not the prettiest looking one, but it is something. I believe it's a pyrite one as well. It's really cold, so I think it's got like a slight shine to it, so I think it's a pyrite ammonite. Look at this one, okay? That's my foot for scale. That is enormous. Probably can't take that one home. Fair. So this place was also apparently a Victorian rubbish dump, so there's random like massive bits of rusty metal and pipework everywhere as well. Very strange. Okay, right, so this shape here is a cross section of ammonite, so there's one in there. I'm going to try and hammer this open, chisel it as well, obviously. Not just haphazardly with a hammer, just actually going to aim the hammer. And yeah, see if we can get something from inside there. Well, it wasn't an ammonite, but I don't know, it looks like could be a bone? I don't know, I don't really, I'm hoping there's someone here I can ask, because, I mean, it's definitely something. And then the other side of this, you got some more pyrite, which is cool. Double fossil, whatever. But I'll keep it, to try and work out what on earth it is. So I've just found this, which, I don't know, fossil leaf? Maybe it's just a big dent in a rock, I don't know. Or something that's oozed over, maybe that's an oozing kind of vibe. I don't know. I could ask someone. I hope I could ask someone, otherwise I'm just going to be like, here's a possible oozy leaf thing. So I moved on a little bit. And this area seems a little bit more exciting. We've got a nice glistening layer, I don't know if it's doing it justice, of pyrites there. And a nice big imprint of an ammonite there. I don't think, I'd be honest, I'm not really sure if that means it's in the rock or not. But it's good to know we're in the right area at least, and it's still fascinating to find. Definitely a good area. Look at that, literally sticking right out there. I'm going to try and see if I can chisel this out, but there's plenty in here, so maybe another one will just pop out or something. Fingers crossed. Well, it may not look like much, but that's a fossil that I saw embedded in a rock and chipped out, and that's exciting to me. I don't know if it's much to put on display, but I will put it on display just because of the fact that that I found it. I think that's nice, even if it's not as exciting as some of the other stuff we have, but yeah, really pleased with that. Okay, I found this. I don't know what this is. It's sort of weird, like crystally texture on the edge, and it's very dark. It's like flattened, so I don't think it can come out of it, but I don't know, interesting. I guess. So I just cracked open this big nodule, and we might have An embedded ammonite. It could be a full one, you never know. I'll try my best to excavate it with my lack of skills. Oh, looks nice. The aftermath. So I've spent God knows how long trying to break open this fossil, and I still haven't managed to. And the tide's coming in now, so most people have sort of gone home. So I might bring it back with me tomorrow and carry on just hammering away. Or I was reading about a freeze-thaw technique in the freezer, so maybe I'll try that instead. Anyway, I think we're done for today. So I headed home, and I was completely sure at this point that I wanted to go back the next day, despite the weather looking a little more dramatic when I woke up. Well, I'm a little bit early again, but I thought this might happen, so I'm just gonna wait around for a bit. Once I can get access, I can start looking, but it's just that first little bit. It's a little bit wet right now, so we'll leave that for now. Definitely gonna wait now, because if I go and I fall in the sea and there's lots of people watching, then, well, that's never a positive thing, is it? So I'm just gonna wait till it's gone out a little bit more before I risk it, or until the people have gone. Eventually, thankfully, one brave soul plucked up the courage to go for it, so I was safe to then follow suit and once again head down onto the beach. Conqueror. So there is like way less people on the beach today, so maybe I can vocalize slightly more. But basically, yeah, it's hopefully that means there'll be more stuff to find, I'd have thought, because literally when I came along yesterday, even though I was pretty early, like a swarm of people had gone along, so anything that was like obvious, I'm guessing had already been yoinked, which is fair enough. But hopefully today, like the sea is literally right there, just going out, so hopefully there'll be a lot more stuff. A lot more. Hopefully there'll be something. Found a bone, a little bit fresher than the ones I'm looking for. It's kind of a cute little one. Probably won't keep it because it's quite worn, but interesting. Should have there for someone else. Found this very big bit of rock, but look at that. Amazing. Let's see if I can hammer around, see if it pops out. So that took very little effort, it came straight out. You can see it's like both sides there. So hopefully, as this rock was pretty chill to come apart, maybe it will come apart quite easily, clean up. That'd be amazing. Okay, so unfortunately a little bit broke off, it's obviously quite fragile. So what I'll do, I'll take this home when I've got something less cumbersome than a big fat hammer. I will try and clean it up there. But really pleased with the way it came out of the rock and everything. Very sharp, nicely defined. This must be quite a good area because you've got rocks pretty much all over the place, just with ammonite marks on them. Incredible. Just found this one here. Looks like some have been and gone, but this one is still in there. And given how cleanly these ones have gone, hopefully this might just pop out. Look at me, ever the optimist. Alright, we'll call it a draw. Yeah, that one's staying there, I think. No worries, let's move on. So I think I'm discovering a lot about fossil hunting, including part of it is not just taking them home. It's finding how beautiful they are, just set into the rocks as they are. And another bit of the beach again where you got them literally everywhere. Look, fascinating patterns come up. I think that's like a kind of cross section through one. And then looking over here, look at this. That's another one, but look at the size of it. So I found a couple of these things. I think they're belemnites. They tend to be like little bullet-shaped round things. It's definitely a rock inside. It'd be good to find one with the kind of pointy bit on it, just to compare to these and then confirm if they were belemnites or not. Okay, so I found a pointy one which confirms those were belemnites, so that's really good. But then I found this, which I think, I need to double check, but I think it's a crinoid stem, which is amazing, and I'm incredibly pleased if it is. What a find. So I managed to find some of the smaller fossils by changing tactics and just sifting through the stones. It was so effective actually that I even found another belemnite just filming this shot. Look at my hair, Jesus Christ. So the sun is going down, yeah, so it's getting a little bit dark. The tide's starting to come back in again, so I think we'll call it a day there, but very happy with the haul. I guess for this I'll do a little clean-up video maybe separately, because it might be a while. And then we can actually see what we've got and hopefully get like the petrified wood and stuff confirmed by someone. Because it'd be good to actually know what that is. But yeah, really pleased with the amount of stuff we found, so yeah, heading back. So overall I really enjoyed my trip to Lyme Regis. It was very relaxed, very chill, but also fascinating, finding out not only about fossils and fossil hunting, but the history of it, about Mary Anning, such a pioneer of paleontology. Right, so this is the final haul. So, little tour, right. So along the top we've got various belemnites. Didn't discover any of these the first day, and then all of these were just on the second day, and pretty much all just from going through the gravel. So yeah, it really shows what you can find in there. We've got various little pieces of ammonite here, different sizes and all sort of outer sections. Tiny little one there, very, there you can see my finger there, very small. We've got this pyrited ammonite, so it's sort of been grown on and crystallized, I think is how it's been a while since I did my geology level. But yeah, still something fascinating anyway. This thing still unidentified. I'm going to put it on a few more fossil groups. If you know while watching this what on earth this thing is, it's got sort of dots going through it and tubes and a bit of a twist on some bits. God knows. Anyway, please let me know. Here, really pleased with these, especially this one. Very small, but crinoid stems. So they're the sort of animals that root themselves to the to a log or to the floor or whatever in the sea, and then wave around looking like a plant. And they're kind of often star-shaped like this. In fact, related to starfish. Here we've got sort of the outer bit of an ammonite. I don't know if you can see how well, but that would be a huge ammonite, that one. But I thought just to show the different sizes, I thought that was quite interesting. This one, another unidentified one. Someone suggested a burrow. I don't know, it's definitely something. But what it is, I don't know. It's got another sort of bit on the side here. I don't know what that bit is either. But anyway, that was, yeah, maybe that is a burrow. Who knows? Exciting or so. Here, I still think this is a bit of fossilized wood. I appreciate that. I think it's called the beef is the type of rock it is. That looks quite simplist, but this looks so much like a bit of wood that surely that's wood. I don't know. Again, any of these in the comments that I'm unsure of, or even if I'm sure of and I'm wrong, please let me know. And then in the middle, the ammonite, which I've extracted to the best of my ability, and in fact these bits I've had to glue back on. So it's not the neatest, but it's kind of nicely presented in a bit of matrix there, so I'm pretty happy with that. Knowing I dug that up as well. So, and so there's another one which is very, you can just see the very slight edge of it sticking out of a big piece of rock, which I brought home. That one I'm leaving for now. It's incredibly hard, so I'm just left it in a bucket in the garden basically to freeze thaw, and hopefully it will kind of work itself out a little bit, and then I can sort of prepare the rest of it hopefully. But yes, for now this is what I found, and I'm really pleased with that haul. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not a professional paleontologist by any means, but hopefully you enjoyed the sort of little vlog element of it. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching guys, and cheerio.